Thank you for coming to tonight's Volunteer Appreciation Award. I'd like to thank the Deerwood School Choir, grade 2 to 6, led by Peter Frigo. That was very enjoyable. Every April we get together and we acknowledge our volunteerism in our community with our Volunteer Year Award. I think everyone in this room pretty much knows that without volunteerism, a lot of things in this community would not take place, and so this is why it's so important for us to acknowledge volunteers at this time of year, and throughout the year, right? But to start off the ceremony, I'd like to call upon our mayor, Dennis Fensky, to give a few remarks.
Thanks, Blake. I'd just like to recognize Councillor Ellis and Councillor Collada, who are in attendance as well, and our city manager, Gary Sepatelli, and our head of maintenance for the rec department, Jim English, and Mr. Zelke, and Casper, our communications officer, and I think that's all the city staff. As Blake said, the importance of volunteerism in this community, we don't have to tell you, you've spent countless hours in churches, in schools, in gymnasiums, in rinks, in halls over the past number of years that you've been in our community, and we certainly want to say thank you and appreciate every hour that's spent by volunteers in our community. It's the fabric of our community. We're known for it. We have an event coming up this weekend with the big walk that is organized by volunteers, and we are per capita one of, if not the largest fundraiser in Canada for cancer research with this walk. This past weekend we had the Bud and Spud fundraiser for the Rotarians. We had the wildlife dinner as well. We had mine rescue on the weekend as well. So it's very active. This community is very active in regards to volunteerism. So again, I just want to say on behalf of the City of Thompson that we appreciate each and every minute, hour, day, week, year that people commit their free time to volunteerism. It speaks volumes of you personally, and it speaks volumes of our community. So once again, on behalf of Mayor and Council, I want to say thank you and appreciate it, and look forward to hearing the nominees, their bios, and ultimately the Volunteer of the Year. Blake?
Thank you, Dennis. So we have 5 nominees that we received this year. I'm going to go through their bios and acknowledge each of the nominees that are here. First off, we have Grant Brown. Grant has played a huge instrumental role in the operations of the Brentwood Curling Club. His contribution far exceeds what could ever imagine a person can take on. Aside from sitting on our BCC executive in the role as past president, I would like to list some of the things he has done for our curling club, all in a volunteer basis. He was the past president for several years, overseeing the membership as a whole, addressing any complaints or concerns. He was the draw master, completes the draws for all league play as needed. There were 5 different leagues that he has to calculate wins and losses and produce a draw for each league as needed several times throughout the year. He also completes the draw for all bonspiels throughout the year, whether ran by the club or for organizations. Bonspiels, budgets, income expenses, collect entries, organizes prizes, manages any raffles, 50-50s, Calcuttas, presentation of trophies, greetings, speeches. Fundraising applies for all permits required and submits the final documentation needed for compliance. The fish fries does all the purchasing of products, like for example, paper plates, condiments, cutlery, and does all set up for the night before. Always stays from start to finish, assisting others, and even though has his children assist every time, and his children assist every time too. He's been the treasurer. He tracks all proceeds of fundraisers and general income for the BCC, membership and sponsorship. He's involved with sponsorship, seeks out sponsorship for BCC and arranges decals in place for ice preparation, also applies for any grants which we may qualify for. He's also involved in publicity. Solely manages our Facebook page with updates to curlers on any upcoming events. In addition to all of this, at our club, he also chairs our junior program and is our Northern Manitoba representative from the Curl Manitoba. and all of this while curling himself 3 days a week with 3 different teams. Aside from his contribution to BCC, he managed to also find the time to coach junior basketball 3 times a week, and is a treasurer for Diamond Dance. All this is done voluntarily. I don't know what our community would do without him. He applies himself in so many facets of this community, all of which are to support healthy sport activity, curling, basketball, and dance. So Grant Brown. Our second nominee is Joan Dawson. Joan has been with the Thompson Hospital gift shop has been the Thompson Hospital gift shop manager for 9 years. She has tirelessly managed our hospital gift shop with over 1,000 hours of personal time every year. Some of the many duties Joan has performed for these last 5 years as manager include shopping for the gift shop, stocking shelves, managing scheduling of volunteers, the volunteer gift shop cashiers, dealing with minor emergencies, finding volunteers to sew and knit handmade articles, and coordinating student volunteers with R.D. Parker Collegiate Student Volunteer Credit Program. Besides managing the gift shop, Joan has also sewn hundreds of baby quilts and other cuddly blankets to sell in the gift shop. Her selfless dedication to the gift shop prosperity has allowed the Thompson Health Auxiliary to donate anywhere between $25,000 to $45,000 yearly to different hospital departments and health delivery programs. Joan Dawson. Our third nominee is Joan Buckinger. Joan is always on the go and full of energy. Must be those kind of bars she eats, my kids say. Did I mention she's 84? Currently, Joan drives around ladies to their appointments. She plays piano at the Thompson First Baptist Church and goes faithfully to the personal care homes on Sundays. In the past, she has helped visit at the hospital. She would make muffins and serve soup when we had the soup kitchen on Cree Road. Many years ago, Joan came from out east with her husband Ed and raised two daughters in the north. She's a 2-time cancer survivor and volunteered with Cancer Care Manitoba. Her career was as a school teacher, but she still has time to volunteer in town. Although her husband is gone, her children left, but she stayed here and considers Thompson her home. Joan speaks her mind with a great concern for the world and passion for prayer. Joan uplifts us all. It is people like Joan that make Thompson great. Joan Buckinger. Our fourth nominee is Sue McCartney. Sue has been with the Thompson Hospital Gift Shop and Health Auxiliary Treasurer and volunteer for over 9 years. She has clocked in thousands of hours of personal time over the years. Some of the many duties Sue has performed for these last 5 years as treasurer and auxiliary volunteer include taking care of all aspects of the finances, bills, taxes, and coordinating the annual audit, as well as coordinating the hospital's wish list to receive the Thompson Health Auxiliary's annual donations, coordinating the education bursary to the graduating R.D. Parker student recipient, issuing tax receipts for work in kind to our volunteer knitters and sewers, payroll for summer student employment, if a summer student employment grant was awarded to the Thompson Health Hospital or Thompson Hospital gift shop. Besides treasurer duties, Sue has also sewn hundreds of baby quilts and blankets over the years, as well as nifty little garments. She has served as weekly cashier, helped purchase items for the gift shop, priced items, and was always willing to help in other capacities where needed. Sue's dedication to the gift shop finances, auxiliaries finances, and tireless hours of volunteering has gone a long way to support the Thompson Health Auxiliary ability to donate anywhere between $25,000 to $45,000 a year to different hospital departments, health delivery programs. I feel that Sue is a great candidate for the Volunteer Recognition Award. In October of last year, Sue has relinquished her position as treasurer of the Thompson Health Auxiliary, but still continues to shop, work as a cashier, sew for the gift shop, and mentor the new treasurer to ensure a smooth transition. Sue McCartney. And our fifth recipient is actually a pair. They aren't here today, but it's Tom O'Brien and Bruce Cameron. Tom and Bruce, for many years, they give their time to do the play-by-play on the radio for the North Star hockey team when they're at home. It amazes me that both are friendly, positive, and encouraging every game, and it can be challenging many times, especially this past year with the Norman North Star record. Both express their love for the game, but most importantly, for the young players. In their interviews, always showing their "we are proud of your" attitudes. These two good men deserve to be recognized for their continued efforts. Tom O'Brien and Bruce Cameron. So those are our 5 nominees, and it was very difficult to choose who would be the Volunteer of the Year, but I'm going to call upon our Mayor Dennis Fensky to help me announce who will be the Volunteer of the Year.
Thanks, Blake. But just before I do this, a couple things. One, I made a huge faux pas in my introductions of city staff because I missed most important person for me is the executive assistant, Angie English. I would have heard about that tomorrow very quickly. Also, in Blake's bio of the 5 nominees, I just want to again express our deep gratitude on the efforts that you as individuals have brought to your individual organizations over the last year and number of years and continue to do so. You're all bona fide volunteers, as are many people in this room. But with that process, we have 5 nominations, and with that, we are going to recognize 1 volunteer for the year 2017. And so with that, I would like to announce at this time that Joan Dawson is our volunteer of the year.
This is not what I expected. It really isn't, because there's so many wonderful volunteers, especially Sue, because she's the one that drove me to do this. I won't say drove us. She encouraged me all these times to keep going and keep working hard. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here.
Absolutely, and that's the truth in volunteerism, is there's always someone who says, why don't you come out for an evening? Why don't you drop in over here? And 15 years later, you're still there.
Yes, so, you got them to blame.
Definitely. So the certificate reads, Certificate of Appreciation from the City of Thompson awarded to Joan Dawson, 2017 Volunteer of the Year, dated April 27th, 2017, and it's signed by myself as the mayor. Crystal City of Thompson 2017 Volunteer of the Year, and Joan's name is on it. I'm sure it will go proudly on her mantle.
It will.
Okay? And don't let Saya carry that.
No.
With that, I want to thank Blake for emceeing this afternoon's event, and once again, appreciate all the volunteers in our community. Congratulations again, once again, Joan.
Okay.
A couple words?
Thank you. Okay, over the years, I've watched any number of volunteers come and do wonderful, wonderful things. And if every person in Thompson did what the high school kids do with that 110 hours, this place would be inundated with volunteers. And what the wonderful things we do would be triple, quadruple. So if you can encourage your children to volunteer, like I encouraged Erica and Sue encouraged Karen, and if we've all encouraged our children, if you could encourage them, I think that this would become an even better place.
Absolutely. Well said.
Yeah. So thank you for coming. I'd like to acknowledge the recreation staff who put this event together and helped us with the Volunteer of the Year award. Without them, this wouldn't have taken place. Also, all of the volunteer nominees will receive a free 1 month pass to Norplex Pool. So if you don't get one, then you would go to the receptionist before you leave. So I'd just like to thank you all for coming. Volunteers are extremely important in our community, and thank you.
One more announcement.
Yeah.
You'll notice a big flag out there in the lobby. It's the Power Smart Manitoba Games hosting in March 4th to the 10th, 2018. We will need approximately about 1,000 volunteers. We have 1,500 athletes coming in with parents, athletes, coaches, referees, umpires, and everything else, probably 3,000 people in a 7-day period. And so there'll be an opportunity next weekend, I believe, at the trade show, and also in the fall at the Leisure Mart weekend to sign up for it could be a 4-hour shift, it could be a couple days, it could be an hour shift, but there'll be plenty of opportunities. So spread the word that the Manitoba Games are coming. It's the Winter Games. It's the high-level sport in regards to these athletes, the ones that you're going to see in Thompson, will be graduating and moving on to national level, to potentially Olympic athletes. They all start at the grassroots level. So this is a very elite athlete that we will see in many sports in Thompson. So I'd encourage everyone to spread the word that volunteers are needed, and I'm sure and confident that our community will step up. It's a great experience, and look forward to seeing everybody in March of 2018. Thanks again for coming out this evening.
All right. Have a great evening.